recrystallize a crude product using solvent. Today we are going to use water as a solvent, and since water is there, so the first point, you should recrystallize, or you should take a solvent in which the compound dissolves in hot conditions and comes out when it comes to room temperature. Okay, so accordingly we have taken the hot solvent. If it's a non-polar solvent, then you should use a water bath in which you have to heat the solvent. So the hot solvent has to be added. So first of all, in a conical flask, a dry conical flask, take the compound which is to be recrystallized. Okay, so then in hot conditions, so this is already the hot solvent which we are heating. Now this hot solvent you have to add in small. Can you switch on the burner? So in small amounts you have to add to your compound. Okay, so when you add small amounts of compound, small amount of solvent in the compound, now since it becomes hot, it becomes difficult to hold. So you can hold it either by a clamp, or you can use a cloth also to hold it. Okay, so you have to add only that much solvent or sufficient solvent to dissolve the compound under hot conditions. Okay, so this hot water, the hot solvent, you are adding in this, and you are trying to dissolve it. Now in the meantime it is dissolving. What we will do, can you hold this? Okay, we will do, because after it is dissolved, we have to add some charcoal. Okay, so how much charcoal is usually added? The charcoal is added 1 to 2% of the crude product. So that much amount of charcoal has to be added in the recrystallization flask, and then after boiling it, so that the colored impurities or insoluble impurities will be absorbed on the charcoal, then you have to filter through a short stem funnel using a fluted filter paper. So how to make a fluted filter paper? So the filter paper, you just go on meeting the ends. Okay, so you go on meeting the ends in this way, and as many leaflets as you can make, that much, go on pressing them so that you get a fluted filter paper with maximum surface area. So this fluted filter paper and this short stem funnel we are going to use for recrystallization. Okay, so in the meantime, this is the one. Now if you see, when you added small amount of solvent and we are heating it, you are seeing that the solid is going on dissolving in your hot solvent. It's almost dissolved. Still, the solution should be near to super saturation. Fine. So usually the solvent ratio, if the students get confused, how you will decide the solvent ratio? Normally it should be sparingly soluble. So for 1 gram of the compound, approximately 7 to 10 ml of a solvent is required. Okay, so if you see here, almost everything has dissolved. Still it has to be near super saturation. So I added little more. Can you give me a beaker from there? almost all the compound has dissolved, only small amount of impurity is present. Okay, that is not going and the entire compound has gone. So now this is the right time to add 1 to 2% of the crude product, the charcoal. Now charcoal should never be added on the burner. So you should remove down and add 1 to 2% of the charcoal and then boil it so that the impurities, the colored and the insoluble impurities will be absorbed on the charcoal. Okay? Then you have to filter it. So this adsorbed impurities, when you are heating it for some time, your second container should be hot. So in that container you put small amount of water so that the conical doesn't crack, and you put your assembly, all hot assembly, and once you have boiled this, you filter it with through the fluted filter paper in the conical flask. It's already hot, so you can switch it off the burner and you can go on filtering it. You should ensure that the solution should not go out or seep in from the sides. Once the entire filtration is done, this should be done under hot conditions, okay, to prevent recrystallization, because this solution is near to supersaturated one. So once the entire filtration is done, then you have to keep it. So gradual cooling till room temperature. Now when you are filtering also, to avoid any pressure, you should hold this funnel a little on the top so that the filtration is fast under hot conditions. Now to ensure whether your solvent is off or the filtration is proper and the concentration is proper, you can take a small amount in your capillary and just blow it, and if you see the compound is crystallizing, that means the concentration is perfect. If you keep this hot solution for cooling till room temperature, nice crystals will come. This has an additional benefit that once it is done, we will switch off the burners, okay, and since the burner is off, it will filter. If suppose the crystals don't come, then what we can do, this can act as an inoculum or seed to induce crystallization. So first method, this can be your seed for this to induce crystallization. Then you can use a glass rod by which you can scratch the inner sides to create a rough surface over which also crystals can be induced. And the third and the last method, but it destroys the crystal structure of your molecules, is to cool it under cold conditions. Or you can put solid ice, okay, that is solid carbon dioxide, which will create cold spots over which the crystals can grow. Okay, so thank you students for the patient listening. Fine, and I hope you will implement all these when you are doing the